What day is it today? Wednesday. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmat. Bismillah. والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم تسليما كثيرا أما بعد فإن أصدق الحديث كتاب الله وخير الهدي هدي محمد صلى الله عليه وعلى آله وسلم وشر الأمور محدثاتها وكل محدثة بدعة وكل بدعة ضلالة أما بعد السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته إخواني وأخواتي في الله. Can you guys hear me clearly? Apologies for jumping on ever so slightly late. Just literally came back from another lesson, so I quickly had to try and get some food in. Let's jump straight in. Bi'idhnillahi ta'ala. Thank you guys so much for joining us today. Last lesson, guys, we covered the grammar for ad-dars al-khamis. All right, the grammar rules for ad-dars al-khamis, and primarily we were covering the relationship between al-fi'lu wal-fa'ilu and al-maf'ulu bihi, the verb, the subject of the verb or the doer of the verb, and similarly the object of the sentence, right? The object of the sentence. And it was mentioned in last lesson that the subject of the verb will always be marfu'. The subject, the fa'il, the doer of the verb will always be marfu'. And the sign that a noun is in the state of rafa', yani the sign that a noun is marfu' is the dhamma at the end of the word, whether that be one or two dhammas. This is a qa'ida, a rule in nahu, in grammar, that the al-fa'ilu da'iman yakunu marfu'a. جيد. وكذلك القاعدة في النحو أن المفعول به دائما يكون منسوبا. And it's also a rule in Arabic grammar that the object of the verb, the object هو الذي وقع عليه فعل الفاعل. The object of the verb is the one or the thing that the action of the verb was done to. So in the sentence مثلا ضرب محمد زيدا, ضرب محمد زيدا, here Zayd, and the translation of which is Muhammad hit Zayd. Here, Zayd is the one that was hit. The action of hitting was done to Zayd. This is what is intended by the action of the verb was done to that person or that thing. Now, the object of the verb, da'iman, will always be mansoob, will always be in a state of nasb. Sometimes I say in a state of nasb, in a state of rafa', in a state of jar. And what I mean by those terminologies, ikhwani wa akhwati fillah, is that when a word is in a state of nasb, that word is mansoob. When a word is in a state of rafa', that word is marfu'. When a word is in a state of jar, that word is majroor. And I want you to understand these terminologies, mansoob, majroor, marfu'. I want you to understand these words, these terminologies as states of word, the position that the word is in. Now, oftentimes, ikhwani wa akhwati fillah, we have signs which indicate what state a noun is in. We have signs. These signs are merely indications. That's all they are, they're indications. When we've done the brief amount of i'rab that we've done thus far, you might hear me say, al-mubtada marfu' wa 'alamata raf'ihi ad-dhammatu adh-dhahiratu 'ala akhirih. The mubtada is in the marfu' position. وعلامة رفعه, and the sign of it being in the marfu' state. What is the sign, guys? What do we always say? وعلامة رفعه وعلامة رفعه. What do we say, guys? Who can remember? We say الضمة الظاهرة على آخره. You guys have heard me say this, and we've read it so many times in those exercise sheets that I've provided for you. Guys, by the way, I'm really sorry about the messy background. You know, it just looks terrible right now, but I do apologize. Anyway, the sign of a noun being marfu' is الضمة الظاهرة على آخره. The sign of a noun being majroor is al-kasratu al-zahiratu ala akhirih. The sign of a noun being mansoob is al-fathatu al-zahiratu ala akhirih. ولكن إخواني وأخواتي في الله, I don't want you to, you know, fixate in your head that anytime a noun has a fatha, it's mansoob, or anytime a noun has a kasra, it's majroor. Don't think of the grammar like that. Think of these vowel endings as signs. That's exactly what they are, signs. Why do I say that? Well, because there are some words, not verbs. There are some nouns. For example, diptotes, al-asma' al-mamnu' min al-sarf, that do not take a kasra. When they should take a kasra, instead of doing so, they instead take a fatha. From those examples, or from those nouns that qualify to be diptotes, mamnu' min al-sarf, are feminine proper nouns, yani names of females. Farwa, Aisha, Fatima, Maryam, Zainab. The list can go on and on and on and on and on. Whenever a preposition comes in front of one of those aforementioned female proper nouns, what do? The noun becomes majroor, because that's what a preposition does. يَجُرُّ مَا بَعْدَهُ. Yani, it causes the noun that comes after it to become majroor. But, what is the sign of these nouns being in a state of jar? It's not a kasra, guys. Why? Because they don't accept kasras. Yani, diptotes don't accept kasras. So when they should take a kasra, because they are majroor, they don't, and instead they take a fatha. So now if we were to memorize and almost, you know, say that anytime a word has a fatha, it's mansoob, then we would surely say that these words are mansoob when they take a fatha due to a preposition coming in front of it. And as I'm sure you all know, that is not the case. Please let me know in the comments thread if that makes any sense. It's really important. Jade, excellent. Just Abdullah, nobody else? Okay, Rehana says she understands. Does anybody else understand? Jade, okay, that was good then. Makes sense, yeah. And that's what it is. Look at the vowel endings as signs and indications of the position that those particular words are playing in the sentence. But they're not, you know, like 100% of the time definitive of these signs I'm talking about. They're not definitive of the position that that particular word plays in the sentence. You have to have a comprehensive understanding of what's going on in the text. I hope that makes sense. So like I said, yeah, we covered the relationship between the fi'l and the fa'il and the maf'ulun bihi. Jade, I'm assuming that everybody would have got the email that I sent out today. It was an email that I sent out about 5 o'clock-ish, maybe 5:30. And in that email, it had 2 downloads. It had my notes for lesson 4, and it also had my notes for lesson 5. And I added a little bit more to the lesson 5 notes. Nothing too humongous, but it was a nice little table at the back of the book, or back of the notes, inshallah, but maybe 4 or 5 pages or so. Rihanna said, nope, I didn't get the email. Okay, after the class, sister, please message me, and I'll check if I've got your email written down correctly, or maybe check your junk. Maybe check your junk mail. Oh, you said you've messaged me already. Sister Faro said, just check my spam. It was there. Interesting. Sister Rehana, do you mind checking your spam as well? I have it finished work late, so I'm not being able. No worries, Sister Shadisha. No worries at all. I mean, it was my fault. I sent it out late. I'm just, just trying to juggle a lot of things that are happening right now. So I do apologize for sending it out. But nonetheless, I've sent it now. The second thing that I really want to discuss with you guys today is this. Today, inshallah ta'ala, we're going to finish Ad-Darsu Al-Khamisu, right? The 5th lesson from Madinah Book 1. And I promised you that after the 5th lesson, we are going to have our first quiz. So what I propose is this, and let me know what you guys think. What I propose is this. I propose that on Friday, so I mean, I did inform you guys last week that you got your test coming up. So today's Wednesday. I propose on Friday you take the test, which means there will be no lesson on a Friday. You're just going to have that whole, the next 2 days and the whole of Friday to take your test. And then the tests have to be submitted on Saturday morning. The tests have to be submitted on Saturday morning. How does that sound, guys? Let me know, inshallah ta'ala. Either way, if it's good or if it's not good for you guys. Yeah, my time, bro. Saturday, my time. Saturday before midday. Actually, yeah, before midday. Everyone good with that? So Farwa confirmed, Abdullah confirmed, Rihana confirmed, Baqiya, Aisha wa Shalisha. Bas. Let me know, guys, inshallah ta'ala. Anyway, guys, without further delay, we're going to jump straight into it, inshallah ta'ala. If you guys can open up your books to Ad-Dars al-Khamis. Sister Farah says, do we do the test in class or anytime? Yeah, I would suggest, sister, instead of me just sitting here whilst you guys do your test, we could do one of two things. I could just simply send the test to you guys via email. You download it, you do it, then you send it back to me by email, by WhatsApp, by Instagram, or whatever mode of Facebook, whatever mode of communication that we usually do. It's all going to be different for different students. Or what we could do is this: on the Friday, we jump online at 9:15 together. I take you through the exam, i.e. I read the questions, I explain anything that needs to be explained, I answer any questions, and then I'll come off the live, and then you guys can just crack on with your work on Friday if you want to do it then. How does that sound? Either, I'm easy. I'm flexible. All right, guys. What I'm going to do now, whilst I wait for your replies, I'm going to share my screen with you guys. I'm going to share my screen. So share. Aisha said, can we go for the second option, please? The second option is when I jump online at 9:15, explain the exam, and then we do it like that. Khalas, that's what we're going to do then, inshallah. No problem. No problem whatsoever. Okay, where is this? Just trying to find what I need to find right now. Bear with me, please, guys. I just can't find the... Okay, let's think about this logically. Bear with me, guys. I'm just trying to find the correct... Where's it gone? Keynote report finance. Sorry, guys. I'm so sorry about this. Okay. All right, you know what? Let's just keep it simple. Oh, I'm so silly. I'm so silly. You know what I'm going to do? Just going to download it. Guys, literally bear with me 30 seconds. I just downloaded the online version of the book. All right, guys, please let me know when you can see my screen. Please let me know when you can see my screen, inshallah. What can you see? Can you see the, can you actually see the book on screen? I can see it, but there are a lot of stuff. I can see a bunch of windows. You can't see Madinah book, the Madinah book? Okay. How about now, Akhi? How about now? Now, all right. So now you can only see the Madinah book on my screen, right? Excellent. No other windows? Good. All right. And then just let me know about the zoom. Is that nice and big? Yeah, I can't. My toolbar's always there. My toolbar's always there. All right, as long as you can see the book, that's the main thing, inshallah. Tabaraka wa ta'ala. Okay, Bismillah. والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم تسليما كثيرا. Okay, guys. This is a conversation between المدرس حامد علي وهاشم إن شاء الله تعالى وعباس وطلحة وفيصل وإبراهيم. So I'm only going to pick two people or ask which two people would like to participate and read. They're just going to alternate between the two, or there's more than two people, to be honest, but we're just going to pick two people now. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah wa barakatuh, Sister Farwa.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
حياك الله. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته يا أخانا عبد الله.
وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته.
كيف حالكما؟
الحمد لله بخير.
جيد. طيب نبدأ إن شاء الله تعالى. عبد الله أنت تكون المدرس، وفروة أنت تكونين حامد وعلي وهاشم وعباس وهكذا. Okay? يعني just basically just turns.
Okay.
The first time, just read it in Arabic, no translation. And then the second time, we're going to dig a bit into all of the grammar that is presented in this particular lesson, okay?
Okay.
All right, Bismillah.
Okay. Bismillah. Okay. من فتح باب الفصل؟
أنا فتحته.
ومن فتح النوافذ؟
أنا فتحتها.
من كسر هذا المكتب؟ أنت كسرته يا هاشم؟
لا، إني ما كسرته.
رجع زكريا وحمزة وعثمان من مكة؟
لا، ما رجعوا.
Yeah. Actually, this next one is Abbas.
Okay.
Yeah, no way. Just let Sister Farwa read that one.
Yeah.
Okay. يا أستاذ، خرج الطلاب الجدد وذهبوا إلى المدير.
Good.
أفهمت الدرس يا طلحة؟
نعم، فهمته جيدا.
أكتبت الأجواب؟ أكتبت الأجوبة؟ أكتبت الأجوبة يا فيصل؟
لكن what's the end vowel sound on الأجوبة أخي?
It will be a fatha, so it will be أكتبت الأجوبة
Good.
يا فيصل؟
Ya faysalu.
Yeah, faysalu. So the ya does not turn it into mansub.
No, it doesn't. It only renders the it causes the tanween to drop. The only time, akhi or ikhwani, or akhawati fillah, that the ya nida'i will cause the munada, which is the name that comes after the ya nida'i, to take a fatha, is if it's some idafa construction. Ya Abdallahi, Ya Rasulallahi, walaysa Ya Rasulullahi, walaysa Ya Abdullahi. فهمتم؟
Yeah, I get it.
هكذا.
Jazakallah khair. Okay.
بورك فيك.
Should I
لا ما
repeat? Or I'm sorry. Go ahead.
لا ما كتبتها
Good.
لماذا؟
لأنني ما فهمت الأسئلة.
Excellent, guys. Very, very, very good participation and excellent reading. Now, guys, before I go down and break down this conversation in some considerable amount of detail, are there any words that came in this dialogue that anybody didn't understand?
Actually, I would just like to mention in my book, there's 2 more lines.
Yeah, for me too. There's 2 more.
Oh, you know what? And in mine as well. Oh, sorry, in this one as well. My bad. My bad.
No problem, inshallah.
اقرأ.
أحفظت. Wait, there's a fatha and a kasra.
No, yeah, it's أحفظت. It's probably just
Typo.
typo, yeah.
Yeah, okay. أحفظت سورة الفجر يا إبراهيم.
نعم حفظتها وحفظت سورة التين أيضا.
One more time, sister. I'm not going to tell you where my observation is, but I want to see if you can block it. You said نعم حفظتها وحفظت سورة التين أيضا.
نعم حفظتها وحفظت.
Excellent, sister. Excellent. Explain to us what you did and how you worked it out.
Did I put a fatha on the ta?
Indeed you did. Indeed you did, yeah.
Okay. Well, it's because I'm speaking in the first person. It needs a dhamma.
Excellent. Well done, sister. Well done. By the way, those silent listeners, namely Aisha wa Shalisha, if there's anything that you don't understand, please, it's imperative that you message in the Zoom group chat so I can make sure that you guys are staying on the same page with us. You know, I would hate to know that you guys didn't understand what was happening just because the other students are, you know, participating vocally, if that makes sense. All right, guys, let's go back to the top of the dialogue and let's read and understand every single thing that's going on. So we can tell that the teacher is having a conversation with different students. We've got Hamid, we've got Ali, we've got Hashim, we've got Abbas, we've got Talha, and we've got Faisal and Ibrahim. So you get the idea that the teacher is in a classroom. So the teacher says, Man fataha bab al-fasli. Man, as you all know, means who? Man al-istifham. We learned that in Madinah book 1, lesson number 1. And then this, we have a verb. Now this verb says fataha. Fataha bima'ana to open. Fataha bima'ana to open. Right? To open. And we know that the verb fataha, yani by itself, means he opened. However, you wouldn't translate man fataha as who he opened. You wouldn't say that. What happens is the pronoun he gets deleted. So we say man fataha, who opened. All right? Who opened. The pronoun in terms of looking at it from the Arabic side is damirun mustatirrun. Damirun mustatirrun or mustatirrun aywa. It is a hidden pronoun, taqdiruhu huwa, and the implied meaning is huwa. Yani huwa is hidden inside the verb. So when we say who opened, we know that we're speaking about huwa, yani the singular, masculine, third person. Now notice that the next word, bab, ends in a fatha. Why? Because bab is the thing that the action of opening happened to. This is what we want to know. Who opened the bab? Does that make sense, guys? Another way of saying that is bab is the object of the sentence. It's the maf'ulun bihi. And as I mentioned before, the maf'ulun bihi da'iman mansub. The maf'ulun bihi da'iman mansubun. It will always be mansub. Wa alamat nasbihi, and the sign of it being in a state of nasb, ya ikhwani, is al-fatha al-zahira ala akhirih. The clear fatha at the end of the word. Ikhwani wa akhawati fillah, this is why the word bab ends in a fatha. Man fataha, who opened what? Bab al-fasli, the door of the classroom. Now the relationship between bab al-fasli, by the way guys, I know I'm speaking a lot. You have to interrupt, interject, type to stop me at any given time. All right, guys, because we've got so much to cover, so little time. All right, please. All right. The bab is the thing that was opened. Now, the relationship between bab al-fasli, we understand why bab ends in a fatha for the reason that I just mentioned. Like in the relationship between bab al-fasli now is that of al-mudafu wal-mudafu ilayh. And we covered this in Madinah Book 1, lesson number 5. We know that the mudaf can, the end vowel sound on the mudaf is subject to change. It could be a fatha, it could be a kasra, it could be a dhamma. In this instance, it's a fatha because it's the maf'ulun bihi. But we also know that from the attribute of the mudaf is that it will never take al. And from the attributes of the mudaf ilay is that it will always be majroor, and the sign of the noun being majroor is the kasra at the end of the word. And we can see this clearly demonstrated in the word al-fasli. All right, al-fasli. Man fataha bab al-fasli, who opened the door of the house. Now, notice that I just told you the word baba is the object, maf'ulun bihi, al-maf'ulu bihi of the sentence. Then look what Hamid says. Farwa, read what Hamid says, please.
أنا فتحته.
أنا فتحته. وما معنى أنا فتحته أختي?
I opened it.
Okay, now we all know Ana means I. We knew that word before we even started studying Arabic. So let's move on to the next word. The next word, you've got 3 things happening. Sorry guys, I can just hear a bit of feedback. I'm just going to mute everybody else apart from myself, obviously. I think it was coming from Sister Farwa, by the way. I just muted her and it's gone now. Anyway, if anybody wants to speak, they can unmute themselves, or I'll unmute you on cue. All right, now the word fatahtuhu, guys, if you guys can repeat after me, that would be fantastic. Fatahtuhu, there's 3 things going on. We've got the verb, we've got the subject of the verb, or the doer of the verb, and then we've got the object of the verb, all presenting themselves as if there's one word. So guys, to the untrained eye, anybody looking at fatahtuhu would say that it's one word, but it's not. We've got the verb fataha inside there. Then we've got the pronoun tu, which is the ta al-mutaharrika, that ta that has the dhamma above it, which coincides with al-mutakallim, the speaker. And then we've got the pronoun, the attached pronoun hu, which has been attached to the verb, right? But the role that that letter is playing in the sentence, this hu, this ha at the end, is the object of the sentence. Put it this way. If we were to take this ha off and say, ana fatahtul baba, we would clearly see that the word al-baba ends in a fatha. Why? Because that is the thing that was open. But in this example, they have sufficed by using the appropriate connected pronoun. The word bab is masculine, so we use the masculine equivalent to join it to the verb. All right, ana fatahtuhu, I opened it. Here, the pronoun ha means it, and it goes back to al-bab. Please, guys, hit me up in the comments thread to let me know if that is clear. And then المدرس يقول, he says, ومن فتح النوافذ. ومن فتح النوافذ. النوافذ. Exactly the same concept as the first sentence, all right? Who opened? النوافذ means windows. It's the plural of نافذة. It's the plural of نافذة. All right, the plural is nawafidh. Nawafidh. And then Ali says, أنا فتحتها. أنا فتحتها. Look at the sentence by Hamid and then look at the sentence by Ali. They are both exactly the same with only one difference. All right, let me quickly read these comments. And who has a dhamma because it is fixed, right? Yes, Abdullah, that's clear. Alhamdulillah, Shalisha, I'm glad you understand. Is the pronoun who considered to be in a state of nasb? We would say that it's mansoob. It's mansoob. We'll definitely say that it's mansoob because it's the object, and we know that the object is always mansoob. All right? But it's mabni. The sign of it being in a state of nasb is hidden. All right? The sign of it being in a state of nasb. All right, guys? Is the pronoun considered to be in a state of nasb? Yes, that's it right there. It's in a state of nasb. But you can't see it being in a state of nasb. Why? Because it's mabni. Hope that makes sense. Anyway, the sentence by Hamid and Ali are exactly the same. The only difference is the connected pronoun on the end of the word fatahtuhu from the speech of Hamid is going back to a masculine object. Guys, when I wiggle my mouse around, can you guys see what you know what? Let me see if I can do this. Let me see if I can do this. Oh, cool. 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 I'm going to start annotating on the thing. I was saying that the only difference between the two words is the connected pronoun that comes at the end of the verb. The who here is going back to al-bab and is masculine. All right, it is masculine. And the ha here is going back to an-nawafidha. An-nawafidha. All right, they both, in both sentences, the pronouns simply mean it. That's it. However, this pronoun is speaking about a feminine object, whilst this is speaking about a masculine object. Ali has a feminine pronoun at the end because of window, right? Oh, that's exactly what I mentioned, Salisha. Excellent. Yeah, I can see clearly. Salisha, I think it's because the word window is plural. I mean, all plural nouns that do not have intellect, right? We treat them as the singular feminine. We treat them as the singular feminine. So even if, for example, let's say it said man fataha, instead of it saying mathalan, I'm going to give you an example, right? Instead of it saying an nawafidha, let's say we wanted to say abwab, right? What does abwab mean, guys? Who knows what abwab means? Doors. Excellent. So we want to say who opened up the doors, or let's say the classroom just had more than one door. So it's one classroom, but there's like 2 or more doors. I think it would be nice to use this example to show Sister Shanisha how the pronouns work. So here, the word abwab, we know that is occupying the position of the object of the sentence. It's what was opened, right? So who opened up the doors of the classroom? Abwab al-fasli. Abwab al-fasli. In the answer, you would still say this, Sister Shalisha. Why? Because the plural, even though the singular version of abwab is bab. All right? The singular version is bab. When we take this noun, which does not have intellect, I believe they call it an irrational noun, from the singular to the plural, right? The moment we do this and it's an irrational noun, when we refer back to it, we use the singular feminine. All right? Singular feminine. Please let me know if that makes sense, guys, in the comments thread. Inshallah tabaraka wa ta'ala. All right. Yeah, I am following. Anybody else other than Abdullah? Okay, makes sense. Just have to remember. Yeah, that's usually the way. That's usually the way. All right, let me see if I can move this now. All right, how am I going to do this? There we go. Yeah, Jay. All right, so we got down to the mudarris now. The mudarris says, men. The mudarris says, men كسر هذا المكتب. Exactly the same, if you like, format. Who broke this table? Who broke this table? When we look at the word table, all right, we can see that it ends in a fatha. Why? Because it's the object of the sentence or the question. It is what was broke. It is what was broke. And then the answer is, sorry, the rest of the question is, أأنت كسرته يا هشام؟ أأنت, did you, كسرته? Now pay attention to this, guys, here, first of all. Notice that the teacher is speaking to Hisham, or Hashim, sorry. Hashim is masculine, of course, right? Hashim is masculine. This is the reason why this pronoun is being used. The teacher is having a conversation with good old Hashim. So he's speaking to the singular and he's speaking to the masculine. Hence why we use this ta al-mutaharrika, which means you. Which means you. أأنت كسرت, يعني it's like you're repeating yourself twice. Did you, you broke. That's the meaning. Did you, you broke. Yani literally that's the meaning. All right, guys. And then we've got this pronoun who, which has been attached to the end of the verb kasaratahu. What is it referring to, guys? That's a question for you guys. What does this who refer to in the dialogue? Excellent, Aisha. This who, let me see if I can change this to color. This letter who is going back to al-maktab. Remember, guys, don't ever get lost in the pronouns. You have to always understand where the pronouns are going back to. Once you do this, sorry guys, once you do this, you'll be able to understand everything that's going on in the text. Whether you say table, a desk, it's all good. It's all good. Anyway, I hope that's crystal clear with regards to that breakdown. Then Hashim says la, i.e. la ma kasartuhu, yani I didn't break it. Inni ma kasartuhu. Inni ma kasartuhu. Here, inni is a combination of inna and ana, becomes inni, or you can say innani, translated as indeed I. Ma kasartuhu. Here, I believe this is the first time we're seeing ma and nafi. All right, this is the ma of negation. He's saying, no, I did not break it. I did not break it. Ma kasartu. Now look at this word here, or this letter. Notice that it's different from the vowel sound that was on the first one. Here we have a dhamma. Why? Because Hashim, he is the one that is speaking. So he speaks about himself and says the verb with the tu sound at the end. That's how you can render a verb to speak about yourself in the past by just adding the tu and changing the vowel sounds of the other letters. Anyway, the who goes back to again al-maktab again. Then the teacher says, أرجع زكريا وحمزة وعثمان من مكة. Here we have Hamza al-istifham. This is a question. Hence why it's got a question mark. أرجع. The word رجع means as a word by itself, he returned. That's what it means. But because we have the subjects of the verb, the doers of the verb mentioned in the text, then we simply are in no need to translate this as he, because the subjects are already mentioned. So how I would translate this as did, using that Hamza, did Zakaria, Hamza, and Uthman, then we bring in the verb, Raja'a min Makkah. Did they return from Mecca? That's the meaning. And the reason why Mecca ends in a fatha is because it's mamnu' min as-sarf. They can never take a kasra. Guys, please message me in the comments thread to let me know if you understand or not. That would be much appreciated. I'll continue though. Cool. Then Hamid, let me just clear this. Then Hamid, guys, he goes on to say, لا ما رجعوا. لا. Here we are. لا ما رجعوا. لا ما رجعوا. Meaning, no, they didn't return. No, they didn't return. Again, we see this ma is the ma of negation. Ma of negation. Now, when we look at this word raja'u, we can see that obviously it's not speaking about one person. All right? Why? Because we can see the waw al-jama'a. I'm really sorry, guys. I'm writing with my mouse. This is why it looks so terrible. There we go. That's how you write it. This wow here that you can see near enough in the middle of this verb, this is the wow of the jama'ah, the wow of talking about three or more people. That wow is talking about three or more people. Now this alif, guys, that is written, it's always written but not pronounced. So you don't say raj'u, it's raj'u hakada, raj'u, and inshallah ta'ala that is pretty clear. It's always written except if a pronoun comes to attach itself to the verb. All right, in such a case, it won't be written. Then Abbas, he goes on to say, Ya ustadhu. Kharaja, yani, which we all know means to leave, right? Or we can say he left. خرج الطلاب الجدد وذهبوا إلى المدير. Fantastic question, sentence right here. So this means that the new students left. Look at that order. The new students left. No wonder why we've been a bit confused. Now, a lot's going on here, guys. A lot is going on. You've got the verb kharaja here, seemingly presenting itself in the singular form. And then we've got the doer of the verb, which is marfu', and it's the word tullab, which, might I add, is in the plural form. And then we've got the word al-jududu, which goes to show us that these students were new. And then we've got the verb وَذَهَبُوا. Remember that waw of al-jama'a, guys, it speaks about three or more people. It speaks about three or more people. All right, guys. Dhahabu, i.e. who dhahabu? This waw jama'a, what's being intended by it is at-tullabu dhahabu ila al-mudir. They went to the headmaster. Guys, is this making sense so far? Please let me know. Another interesting, really interesting benefit is this. You know the word, this word here, judud, right? This word, as you all know, it means new, right? Just like jadid means new. Sorry, guys. Just like jadid means new. But however, judud is the plural version of the adjective. Because normally we know to say new, we say jadid, right? We say jadidun. This is new, or yeah, new. However, guys, when we take adjectives from the singular version, i.e. jadid, to the plural, sometimes you're gonna just have to add a waw and noon at the end of the word. Sometimes you're going to have to add an alif and ta, open ta, take off the ta al-marbuta. And other times you're going to see that certain words, when you take them from the singular to the plural, they change completely. These are called broken plurals, jam'u taksir. We can see jadidun is jim, dal, ya, dal. But jududun has literally cancelled out and crossed and deleted the ya in the plural form. And then after that, we can see clearly that the vowel sounds have changed. Anyway, this adjective is describing a tullab. The reason why the adjective is in the plural form is because tullab is in the what, guys? The plural form. Very, very simple. Very, very simple. Any questions? What's that here? What's that, Abdullah? Is that dhahabu? Okay. Has the wa jama'ah because it comes after the fa'il, and kharaja doesn't become. All right, I'm going to get to that as well now. I'm going to get to that. That's the second thing, or the last thing I wanted to discuss. Now, we know that the verb kharaja, right? Let me actually delete this. We know that the verb kharaja literally means he left. But if you, or he exited, whatever you want to translate it as, if you go back to the worksheet that I sent to you today, but we did it last lesson. We said that if the verb comes at the beginning of the sentence, right, it's permissible to keep the verb in the mufrad form if the subject comes after it is yani more than a mufrad, then it's fine. All right, so if you have the verb in the beginning of the sentence, so long as it's at the beginning, you could use either he left or she left, which would be kharajat. All right, you don't have to now say here khara. You don't have to say that now. Kharaju at-tullabu. You don't have to say that at all. This is kharaju, by the way, guys. It's really difficult to write with the mouse. You don't have to say kharaju at-tullabu. If the verb comes in front, then you can keep it as the singular, either masculine or feminine. So we say, oh teacher, خرج الطلاب الجدد وذهبوا إلى المدير. The new students have left the class وذهبوا إلى المدير, and they have gone to the head master. Then the teacher says, أفهمت الدرس يا طلحة. This one here should be really, really quite straightforward. Here, أفهمت, you got the alif, al-istifham here. Then you got the verb fahima, which, mashallah, tabarakallah, we have been crossing paths a lot recently. When I say crossing paths a lot recently, we've covered the verb fahima on so many occasions. The verb fahima is a past tense verb, which means he understood. But here it says afahimta. Look at the last letter that has been attached at the end of the verb. What does it mean? Who is it speaking to or about, or that addressing? It's addressing Talha, and it means you for the singular masculine. It means you for the singular masculine. Afahimta. Did you understand? What are we asking Talha? Did he understand? Did he understand the homework? Did he understand the book? What is it? Did he understand the instructions? La. Did he understand ad-darsa? This is why ad-darsa has the fatha above it. Why? because it's the object of the sentence. It is what the action of understanding was done to. Does that make sense, guys? Yeah? Excellent. Excellent. Really, really sorry about the mouse, by the way, guys. It looks absolutely terrible. Well, most importantly, your understanding. All right. Let me cancel that a second. Here. Then we move on to what Talha says. Talha says, نعم فهمته جيدا. Again, we've done this exact same thing time and time again. All right. He's asked about, did Talha, did you understand the lesson, Talha? Talha says yes, نعم, which you all know means yes. فهمت. Just let's look at this word first. This tu is the ta, the open ta that we normally see like this. ذهبت, فهمت. But now because it's in the middle of the verb and the object, it presents itself like that. All right? And it means ana. That tu at the end of a verb, or sometimes in the middle, means ana. Then you've got the who, which goes back to none other than ad-dars. Ad-dars. That's what it goes back to. It goes back to ad-dars. نعم فهمته يعني فهمت الدرس جيدا. Yes, I understood it well. Then the teacher says أكتبت الأجوبة تا. أكتبت أجوبة تا. Here again we have Hamza al-istifham, the Hamza of asking questions. Then we've got the verb here, كتب, which you all know means or can mean to write, or he wrote. And then we've got the attached pronoun ta, which coincides with anta. It coincides with anta. Hope that makes sense, guys. أكتبت يعني هل أنت كتبت? Did you write? What are we speaking about? We're speaking about al-ajwiba. Al-ajwiba is the plural of jawab. Jawabun, an answer. Al-ajwiba, answers. All right. The reason why it ends in a fatha is because it's the object of the sentence. Now, what caused the word jayyidan to become mansoob? This is going to be covered in the later lesson. I don't want to digress too much, but this will be definitely covered in a future lesson, inshallah ta'ala, especially because we're so close to the end of this lesson and time is actually running out. Faisal says, replies to the question, did you write the answers of Faisal? أكتبت الأجوبة يا Faisal? Faisal says, لا ما كتب. There's no vowel sound here, but obviously Faisal is speaking, so the only vowel sound that it's plausible to be is going to be the ta with a dhamma on top, which coincides with, as I just mentioned, ana. It coincides with ana. ما كتبت ha. Guys, who can tell me what the letter ha is referring back to in this particular dialogue? Please. What is the answers? Well done, Aisha. Not jawab, al-ajwiba. Al-jawab is the mufrad, Rayhana. Al-ajwiba is the plural. And like I mentioned earlier, we treat, we interact, we deal with the plural of irrational nouns as if we were talking to the singular feminine or about the singular feminine. Then the mudarris says, لماذا, i.e., لماذا ما كتبت الأجوبة. That's the meaning. لماذا, why, ما كتبت, you didn't write الأجوبة. You didn't write the answers. What does Faisal say? لأنني. We saw لأني a little while ago, but لأنني is very, very fine to use. ما فهمت الأسئلة. Here, ما, the ma of negation. فهمت is a past tense verb comprising of the fi'l, which is fahima, and also the fa'il, which is the ta al-mutaharrik, the ta al-mutaharrik, al-mutaharrika. Yani the ta that, you know, is subject to change depending on who or what is being spoken about. And then finally, we've got the word as'ila, which is ending in a fatha, which goes to show that it is indeed mansub. Guys, are there any questions before we move on to the actual questions in this book? If not, that would be great. We can get started. Oh, sorry. Lastly, Al-Mudarris says, "Ahafidta Surah Al-Rahman, Surah Al-Fajr ya Ibrahim." Have you memorized? This vowel sound here is a mistake. Ahafidta, yani this means you. All right, why? Because he's speaking to Ibrahim. Ahafidta, what is it you're asking if he's memorized? Whatever you have to say what or who, that is going to be the object of the sentence. All right, that's a quick tip to find out if a sentence if a word is really the object of the sentence. Ask yourself the question, who or what? All right, if somebody said to you, "Ahafidta," have you memorized? You would say, "Hafidtu madha," have I memorized what? Then the person will say, "Surata al-Fajr," because that is the relationship between mudaf, mudaf ilayh, and also the word surah is playing the position of the maf'ulan bihi, the object of the sentence. Hence why surah ends in a fatha. Make sense, guys? Please hit me up in the comments thread and let me know. Then Ibrahim says, "Na'am hafidhtuha." I believe, Abdullah, you're the only one that types to me, man. Jazakallah khair, on a regular basis, shall I say. "Na'am hafidhtuha wa hafidhtu Surat al-Tini aydan." Ibrahim says, "Yes, I have memorized it. Hafidhtuha." Here, why isn't this working now? Here, guys, the word ha goes back to where? Surah. The word ha goes back to surah. وَحَفِظْتُ سُورَةَ التِّينِ. Again, surah ends in a fatha. Why? Because it's the object of this transaction. All right, guys, it's the object of this transaction. Let's go straight into the book. Let me just clear this away. Clear drawing. Okay. So now it says tamarin, exercises. It says أجب عن الأسئلة الآتية. Answer the following questions. Now I'm going to unmute Abdullah and Farwa. Is there anybody else that would like me to unmute them? If you do, just message in the comments thread. Okay, Abdullah, Bismillah, اقرأ السؤال الأول. أيوة, السؤال الأول. It says أجب عن الأسئلة الآتية. Answer the following questions. Bismillah, أخي.
Okay. Bismillah. أين ذهب الطلاب أين ذهب الطلاب الجدد؟
ليس طلاب. Why did you say طلاب?
Oh, I mistook it for the مفعول به. Yeah. Okay. أين ذهب الطلاب الجدد?
Excellent, because the students are the ones that are going.
Yeah. I sometimes confuse that.
No problem. So what's the answer? أين ذهب الطلاب الجدد?
ذهبوا إلى المدير.
Fantastic. Sister Farwa, are you with us?
Yep.
All right, number 2. أفهم طلحة الدرس. You can go back and you can check it out if you want to. Did understand the lesson?
نعم فهم
You want to say he?
فهمه.
Not فهمه. Oh, you can say فهمه جيدا. Excellent.
Yeah. نعم فهمه جيدا.
Excellent. Sister Rayhana, do you want me to unmute you?
Actually, quick question, Ustad.
No.
And it's something that Aisha also asked. Why is جيدا منصوب?
Yeah, for the same reason. The answer is going to be the same. We're not going to get into this lesson right now, Akhi, because we've still got how many pages? 1, 2, 3. We've still got so much work to cover, and I want to really stay.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I want to stay focused on exactly what we got to cover, but we definitely will be covering it in the book, Akhi.
Inshallah.
Inshallah ta'ala. All right, where did we get to? Okay, Sister Rehana said no, so we're going to go back to you, Abdullah. Number 3, please.
Okay. أي سورة حفظ إبراهيم?
Okay, now I'm going to give you the answer to this, Akhi, because it's we've covered it before. Actually, maybe we haven't covered it with this group. All right, now you write this word here is ayu or a, but you put the wrong vowel sound on it, and I'll explain why.
Oh,
now.
Yeah, I don't know about this.
Okay, no problem, Akhi. Let me just make sure that I can. All right, now this word here, what's this? Sorry, Akhi.
Shouldn't it? Just quick question. Shouldn't it also be or ayu surata hafidha Ibrahim?
No. I'm gonna explain now. Guys, can you see my screen again?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
I
good
can
for me.
see.
Okay, cool. All right. Now here we are, right? Yeah. Now this word a, right? It's actually right. This might sound a bit confusing now. It's actually the maf'ulun bihi that has been brought forward.
Oh, okay.
The maf'ulun bihi that has been brought forward. Let's look at this sentence another way, but it won't be a question. If we were to say, for example, hafidha hafidha, how would you translate this, Farwa?
Hafidha, he memorized which surah?
Okay. Now, when you look at it in this order, we can clearly see the verb, then the word ayya, and then the word suratin, right? But what happened now, they've just put ayya at the beginning, right? And obviously, the word suratin, the relationship, but anytime ayu comes in front of a word, it's going to be that of mudaf, mudaf ilayh. This is why we read this particular sentence like ayya suratin hafidha Ibrahimu.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
that makes sense.
Yeah, you would say, which surah did Ibrahim memorize? Just like that. أي سورة حفظ إبراهيم هكذا.
Okay. Then I'm gonna try and repeat it again the right way this time.
Sure.
Okay. أي سورة حفظ إبراهيم?
Yeah, that's exactly it. أي سورة حفظ إبراهيم. Well done, أخي. Oh gosh. Can you guys still hear me?
Yeah, I can hear.
I just muted Abdullah by mistake.
No problem, inshallah.
That's the answer right there. Well done, Akhi. Ukhti Farwa, move on to the next one.
من فتح النوافذ?
Excellent. Man فتح النوافذ. Very, very good. I've done this already. Translate it.
Who opened the windows?
Fantastic. Right,
علي فتح النوافذ.
Oh, subhanallah, one sec. Abdullah, you didn't answer the question. أي سورة حفظ إبراهيم?
Oh yeah, I totally forgot. Okay. حفظ سورة الفجر.
بس. فقط.
Say that again, I'm sorry.
فقط بس يعني فقط سورة الفجر بس.
No, but I thought that because surah in the question is singular, that we should answer only one surah.
Okay, maybe.
I guess it could go both ways. Maybe.
I didn't think about that, to be honest with you. But no worries. Let's just keep it moving. Inshallah ta'ala.
Inshallah.
ضع هذه العلامة يعني place this tick أمام الجمل الصحيحة in front of the correct sentences وهذه العلامة And this sign X أمام الجمل غير صحيحة, in front of the sentences which are not correct. Starting with you, أختي. Read number 1 and just say صح أو خطأ.
فتح علي الفصل.
فتح علي الفصل.
قطع.
خطأ. What did he open?
He opened the النوافذ.
النوافذ. ما شاء الله. إبراهيم. عفوا. عبد الله. ما رجع زكريا وحمزة وعثمان من مكة. هل هذا صحيح أم خطأ؟
صحيح.
صحيح, يعني خرج زكريا وحمزة وعثمان. لا.
Wait. Yeah, no, it says ما رجع.
أيوة, ما رجع. So they didn't return from Mecca, and you said it's Sahih, right?
Yeah.
That's excellent. Well done. Farwa, next one. Read it for me, please.
ما كتب فيصل الأجوبة لأنه ما فهم الأسئلة.
Well done. صح ولا خطأ؟
صح.
Excellent. Number 4, Abdullah.
ما كتب فيصل الأجوبة.
فيصل الأجوبة.
Oh yeah. ما كتب فيصل I'm trying to merge them.
It will come. فيصل.
Okay. ما كتب فيصل الأجوبة لأن قلمه مكسور.
صح ولا خطأ؟
خطأ.
Excellent. All right, guys, let's move down. Exercise number 3 is actually really simple. It's just more of a reflection exercise. It says تأمل الأمثلة الآتية. Ponder over the following examples. Al-Qur'anu becomes Al-Qur'ana. Can you guys see?
Yeah.
Al-Qur'anu becomes Al-Qur'ana. Why? Because this is the original ending. Here, this has come as the object of the sentence. Qahwatu has become qahwata. Why? Because shariba al-dhayfu al-qahwata. Guys, we've got the, if you just if we put it in a table like this, we've got the verb. This is the common way that a verbal sentence will come. And then we've got the doer. I'm going to call it the doer. Right? And then we've got, rest of the sentence kind of thing. You with me?
Yeah.
All verbs have an object, but all verbs will have a doer of the verb, unless it's on a pattern whereby the verb's not mentioned. But in any case, you can see that this is the standard layout to help people understand the order, the sequential order of a nominal, of a verbal sentence. Of a verbal sentence. Guys, make sense?
Quick question. Is the order of a verbal sentence flexible like a nominal sentence?
Of course, yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Definitely. And then we say الدرس, which is ending in a dhamma. كتب المدرس الدرس. This is the thing that was written. Lastly, الباب, يعني فتحت آمنة الباب. Again, فتحت singular masculine. This is ta is a sign of alamat ta'nith. It's a sign. That's a feminine verb. Then the do of the verb is amina, because she's marfu' with the dhamma at the end of the word, and it is also in the position of al-mudaf, which means the word al-bab. Sorry, my bad. Scrap that. This is in the position of the object. Just like that, guys. And this is why it ends in a fatha. That is why it ends in a fatha. Then the Shaykh says, قرأ, right here, guys. قرأ الطالب القرآن. قرأ الطالب القرآن. We would translate this as, the student read the Quran. And know that this is the fa'il, and this is the maf'ul. But learn them as indications, guys, as I was rabbiting on at the beginning. All right, guys?
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, makes sense.
I just want to note though, in my book, just like with the there's an arrow beneath al-talibu and an arrow beneath al-Qur'ana, there's an arrow beneath qara'a that leads to the word al-fi'l.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. Remember what I said to you a little while ago when we was looking at these sentences, and ones that are quite similar and ones that are different, whereby the object is attached to the actual verb. In a nutshell, this is what this is.
Yeah.
You could have just put a line.
It resembles the chart you made just a second ago.
Exactly. Guys, I'm so sorry. I don't know why I keep pressing.
It's okay, inshallah. I make many more technical mistakes like that.
Yeah, it's just been a very, very long day today. All right. Yeah, we could have Sheikh Abdullah, we could have written. We could have done that. فعل فاعل الفعل الفاعل المفعول به. We could just simply do that. All right, guys, let's keep it moving, inshallah ta'ala. The next part is, it says عين يعني specify الفاعل والمفعول به في الجمل الآتية. You have to identify the subject, doer of the verb, and the object of the verb. All right? Then it says ضع خطا واحدا تحت الفاعل تحت الفاعل. Put one before you start specifying where the verb is, or sorry, the do of the verb and the object of the verb in the following sentences. First of all, you have to ensure that you put one line underneath the doer and 2 lines underneath the object. So let's do number 1 together. كسر الطفل القلم. كسر means he broke. الطفل means the child, and القلم, as you all know, means the pen. So I'm going to say كسر الطفل. I put a dhamma right here. Let me do this as we're talking. كسر الطفل القلم. I know that the tifl is the one that done this. It's the doer of the verb. By virtue, even if I didn't know what it meant, by virtue of the vowel sounds. And I also know that this vowel sound here, right, didn't sit right with you. Guys, you follow me so far?
Yeah.
All right. What's the last thing I mentioned?
Something about qalam, that you said something like it didn't sit right with you or something like that?
Yeah. Scrap that.
Okay.
It's so late here, and I can feel my brain just switching off.
Yeah, it's okay, inshallah.
Ever so slowly. That's never ever happened to me before. That is really, really strange. Let's start again. We know that at-tiflu is the subject of the verb because of the dhamma, and we know that al-qalama is the what?
Is the maf'ul bihi.
Excellent. All right. This is what was broken. So in trying to apply what the author of the book is telling us to do here, how many lines would we put underneath al-tiflu?
1, right?
And how many under al-qalama?
2.
2, yeah.
Just like that. So you have to work your way through the rest. I'm going to clear this out. Wait, you're going to have to work your way through the rest of these sentences, and doing that, it should take you no longer than 3 minutes max. 3 to 5 minutes. All right, guys? 3 to 5 minutes. Here now, it says أكمل الجمل الآتية بكلمات مناسبة واضبطها بالشكل. Now, this is quite an interesting task, right? It says, complete the following sentences with al-munasiba is suitable. Suitable kalimat. All right, so suitable words. Then it says here, wadbitha. Then place all of the vowel sounds on it. بالشكل. Oftentimes, the author only wants you to place the last vowel, but you know me, I want all of the vowel sounds there. So if you notice that there's a blank space here, blank space there, blank, 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 you have to put a suitable word in. All right, you have to put a suitable word in. Farwa, what would you say for number 1?
من فتح الباب.
Al-Baba, excellent. Abdullah, what would you say for number 2?
غسلت أختي يديها.
Mumtaz, Mumtaz. My sister washed her hands. All right. Here, this is a bit more. It's slightly different to the standard object. Why? Because you said yadeha. You've used the dual form. Her 2 hands. You said. What you said was right, Akhi. What you said was correct. But because we haven't actually learned the dual form of the noun when it is in a state of nasb, I don't want to get.
Oh, I see. Yeah, leave it to me to make it more complicated.
Exactly that, bro. Exactly that. Shanishi, I got back to work now. I'll revise lesson 4 and 5. Barakallah feek. No problem, sister. I'm switching off myself, man. You have to go back to work now. Subhanallah, at this time of night. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reward you immensely, sister. I mean, we've finished now, sister, to be honest with you. I'm just going to explain the last pieces of homework. There's number 6 through to, bear with me 1 sec, 6 through to 12. So I'm literally going to go through and explain the homework, so you're not missing much. If you know, if you've got like the English key, you can read that, or you can check this video once I put it up, inshallah. But take care. Have a nice time at work. All right, next one, number 6, guys. It says, اجعل كلا من الكلمات الآتية مفعولا به واضبط أواخرها. It says, make all of the following words, right? These words, القرآن, التفاح, الدرس, الباب, والقهوة, والقميص. It says, اجعل كلا من الكلمات الآتية. Make all of the following words مفعولا به, an object. So make a sentence, but make sure you put all of the nouns as the object of the sentence. Then it says, وَضْبِطْ أَوَاخِرَهَا. Then make sure you put the vowel sounds on the endings of the words. All right, guys?
So accompany those with sentences. Don't just write them as a maf'ul bih.
Yeah, you have to put them in a sentence, akhi. Put them in a sentence. Okay. Yeah. Number 7, it says تأمل المثالين الآتيين. It just says this. You don't have to do anything here, guys. You just have to ponder over these sentences. Here it says الطلاب ذهبوا إلى الملعب. The students, they went, يعني the students went to the playground. Now notice, once you change the order of these 2 words, so الطلاب now comes second and ذهبوا comes at the beginning. Now we use the singular version of the verb, and it's permissible that when you're using a verbal sentence, if the subject is plural, so long as it comes after the verb can remain in the singular form. All right, guys?
Yeah.
Remain in the singular form, and that is one of the rules in Arabic grammar. One of the rules in Arabic grammar. Same like this. At-talibatu, the female students. Dhahabna ila al-maktabati. They went to the maktaba. But the moment you put the verb at the beginning, even though the subject now is after the verb, right? It's permissible to use the singular version of the verb, and that's just how the Arabic language works. The difference between all of these sentences is that this sentence here, الطالب ذهبوا الطلاب ذهبوا إلى الملعب and الطالبات ذهبنا إلى المكتبة. These are nominal sentences because they begin with nouns, and these are verbal sentences because they begin with verbs. All right, so you wouldn't say that الطلاب here is the fa'il, because the fa'il can never come in front of the verb. This is the mubtada, and the khabar is a verbal sentence. Here الطالبات is the mubtada, and the khabar is the whole verbal sentence. Does that make sense, guys?
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Jade. Moving on swiftly, guys. It says قدم الفعل في الجمل الآتية كما هو موضح في المثال. All you have to do, guys, here is identify where the verb is and then place the verb in front of the at the beginning of the sentence. That's all you have to do. So here الأولاد شربوا القهوة صح؟ الأولاد شربوا القهوة. The boys drank the coffee. Now the moment you put the verb at the beginning, you use the singular version. So now you say شرب as opposed to شربوا. شرب الأولاد قهوة. Make sense, guys?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, and all you have to do is complete the rest for homework. It's very simple. Just identify where the verb is, put it at the beginning, and then write the rest of the sentences, making sure that you put all of the vowel sounds on the words, especially, guys, the last vowel sound of each word. Number 9 says تأمل الأمثلة الآتية. Ponder over the following examples. خرج الطلاب وذهبوا. Again, it's really touching upon what we just covered a little while ago. All of these sentences begin with the singular version of the verb, although the subjects are in the plural. You got that, guys?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then when the sentence continues, the second time the verb comes, it comes back to the plural now. We can see the waw, al-jama'a in all of these verbs. Why? Because now the verb has come after the verb has come after the noun. When the verb came in front of it, it was permissible to use the singular. When the verb comes after noun, we have to the verb back to the plural with the waw al-jama'a and the alif at the end. Does that make sense, guys?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Any questions?
No.
Not really, no.
J. All right, let's move on ever so swiftly. We've only got, yeah, that's it. Last page now. Last page. I know I've given you quite a lot, but it's for you to, keep busy. The next one says كون جملا مثل هذه مستعملا الفعلين الواردين في كل تمرين مستعينا بالكلمات التي بين القوسين. Basically what this says now, it says construct sentences like this using the two الفعلين, the two verbs الواردين that have appeared في كل تمرين, in all of the exercises. مستعينا بالكلمات التي بين القوسين. So basically, guys, you have to use these two verbs in a sentence and also these two words in a sentence as well.
So it would be a compound sentence?
When you say compound sentence, what do you intend by that?
I mean, like saying it's one with two subjects and two verbs, but it's connected with an and.
Exactly. So let's just do number 1 together, right? Number 1 would be what, Sister Farwa?
So wait, so would I have to start off with one of the verbs and then finish with another?
Exactly.
Okay. دخل
Not so much.
الطلاب
Excellent. دخل الطلاب.
وجلسوا.
دخل الطلاب أين؟ أين دخل الطلاب؟
Oh, sorry. دخل الطلاب في الفصل وجلسوا.
I would, okay. وجلسوا. Excellent. Excellent, sister. دخل, Abdullah, did you catch that?
Yeah.
دخل الطلاب, right? في الفصل وجلسوا. Just like that.
Makes sense. Okay.
By the way, guys, you see this word here? حية.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
That means snake.
Oh. Okay. I thought.
Does حية not mean area?
That's حي without the ta al-marbuta.
Oh, okay.
That's remember in Surah Al-Taha, in the story of Musa and the magicians, Allah says, it says, he tells Musa to throw the stick. فَإِذَا هِيَ حَيَّةٌ تَسْعَى. حية, moving swiftly. حَيَّةٌ تَسْعَى. And he says, خُذْهَا وَلَا تَخَفْ سَنُعِيدُهَا سِيرَتَهَا الْأُولَى. Take it, pick it up, and don't be scared. We're going to return it to its former state. You guys?
Oh,
Okay. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, after that, it says number 10, كون جملا مستعملا الكلمات الآتية. Construct sentences using the following words. So you got loads of nice words there. All of these words are verbs. And make sentences out of them. You know, get creative.
Do they all have to be جملة فعلية or can they be جملة اسمية?
I mean, I would say جملة فعلية, by the way. But I mean, I'm not going to be strict on you, but if you can make them جملة فعلية, it'll be good.
Because that's what we're practicing.
Exactly. But don't be held to that. Don't be held to that, inshallah.
Okay.
Number 11, and is this the last one?
Yes, the last one for me.
Yeah, it's the last one for me too.
Okay, yeah, there's a mistake in my book. Bear with me one sec, guys. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, I don't know. Maybe there's been a mistake in this book somewhere. All right, no worries. Doesn't matter as long as we're on the same page. All right, number 11, guys. It says تأمل ما يلي. Ponder over the following. من فتح الباب? Who opened up الباب, the door? أنا فتحته. I opened it. Here it's فتحت plus the هاء الضمير. ومن فتح النافذة? Who opened the window? أنا فتحتها. فتحتها. This is what we covered in the dialogue, if you guys remember, a little while ago.
Yeah.
Oh gosh. Sorry, guys. Sorry. Can you see me now?
Yeah, this is good.
Sorry about that, guys. Did
Yeah,
you just see the video I was doing?
yeah.
Okay.
That you were editing.
Yeah. I mean, I edited it already. Actually, I just haven't closed it down. Anyway, yeah, that's something just to ponder over. So you don't have to necessarily do anything as such. Go over it and understand it. And then last but not least, guys, al-kalimat al-jadida. Learn these new words. These new words are going to be in the book somewhere.
Okay.
All right, guys. And
Yeah.
with that being said, we've concluded the lesson. Barakallahu feekum.
Jazakallah khair to you, actually. You're actually very tired right now, and you had to pull through.
More tired than you know, Akhi, man, but it's all good. It's all good. It's all good. It's all good. Jazakumullah khair. Ikhwani wa akhwati fillah, I do apologize if you ever message me and there is a delay getting back to you. Just that right now, this time in my life, it's just so super duper busy. But if I do, you know, a day goes by and you haven't heard from me and you've asked me a question, just send me a reminder question so I can, you know, if you can jog my memory.
Oh, okay. I was kind of afraid of resending reminder questions because I was afraid I would sound like pressuring when I don't want to pressure you.
Not at all, Akhi, man. Not at all. Not at all.
Okay, inshallah.
Alright.
Jazakallah khair.
Barakallah feek. My pleasure, man. And sorry for going over today, but I really wanted to finish the lesson. So we're going to say Friday. We're going to reconvene 9:15. I'll send you all the exams. I'll explain the exams. Then I'll come offline. And then I'll just wait to receive your papers. Then we'll reconvene the following Wednesday. Yeah?
Yeah, inshallah.
All right, guys. Have a lovely evening. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah.